Hello, sir. Good evening. How are you?
I'm very well, Anushka. Thank you so much for asking. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you for asking.
You're most welcome. And also, I would like to give you a warm welcome to the session as well. Right? I think I'm seeing you after a long time.
Yes, sir.
No, I remember having a session with you previously. Huh?
Yes, sir.
So, how have you been? How is your sessions going on? How is your practice going on?
Well, now I'm starting to take sessions regularly because my summer vacations have started.
Uh huh.
So right now the session I'm taking sessions regularly. So yes, the practice is going on really well.
It's going well, right? Okay, fantastic.
Yes.
That's good to know. So, what do you want to practice in today's session?
Well, we can go with the notes and also new vocabularies.
New vocabulary. Okay.
Yes,
Have you read the notes, the session note?
yes, sir. I only got a chance to take a glance that
Okay.
it is about the value of values.
Uh huh. Correct.
So
So can
it
you
is
tell me
something.
a little bit about values, that Indian values which we have?
Yes, sir. Like I would say that India is rich in values because we have various values. Like we are taught various values from this childhood that we should greet everyone we see around us, those whoever we know, and we should touch feet of our elder for taking their blessings, and we should respect others and never ever say something hurtful to others. So these are some common values that are in India, that are followed in India by many people, and yes, there are others as well.
Okay, all right. So you've mentioned so many values. What are some of the core values that you feel are important and why?
Some core values that I feel are important is that first of all it is honesty, because if a person is not honest, I would say that they are cheating on themselves only, not to others but with themselves. Because when we are not honest, it's that we are not honest with ourselves also.
Mm.
So the first and foremost value that comes to my mind for the core value is honesty, and then is about respecting elders and everyone around us, not only elders but also those who are younger than us, because what we give is what we receive. So we should respect others, be it a younger person or an elder person. And the third, but not the last but not the least, is about discipline. I firmly believe that discipline is the powerful value that everyone must have in their life, because without discipline one cannot achieve anything they want. Because without discipline we'll keep procrastinating things like I'll do it tomorrow, but when we are disciplined we know that we have set a goal and we have to complete it in the particular time period. So I think that these core values are really important, and there are other as well, but these are which came to my mind right now.
Fantastic, very nice. Good, you spoke well. So you have been following these values, correct?
Yes, sir.
You follow these values, right? That's why you spoke about it, no? Okay. So have any of your values evolved or changed over time? And if yes, then what are the factors which contributed towards this change?
It was not a type of value, but in some or the other way it was that I felt being academically good is the thing that we should is the thing or we should achieve in our life. That if a person is academically good, they have achieved everything in their lives. It was
Hmm.
something that I thought as a value in my childhood time when I was really young, like in first or second grade, and it has changed over time because as I went in higher standards, then I got to know that not only academic skills, other skills such as communication skill, soft skills, they are also important because they help us present what we know. But when we are there, like we are in a presentation or in a group, that we know something but we don't know how to present, so at that time being academically good does not play a vital role there. So I would say that this is one value or a belief that I thought as a value has
Mhm.
changed over time.
Okay. All right. Interesting. Um, how does education play an important role in shaping values? And when I say education, I'm talking about school, right? School, college. Uh, how do you think school or college plays an important role in shaping our values? And how can these institutional constitutions instill important values in students? What is the method which they can follow?
All right. So I think that the educational institutions, they play a major role in a person's life for shaping values in their in the person's life,
Mhm.
because every person spends a major part of their day, like 6 to 7 hours there. Like as I'm a student, I know that we almost spend 7 hours in the school. So when we are in that environment, we absorb what is being done around us. If the environment is disciplined and others are being respectful, so this is what we'll absorb and reflect in our actions. So they play a major role. And one thing that I would like to mention is that in many schools and other educational institutions, I noticed that the values, they are degrading in the people. So
All right.
it's not the institution, it's about the people or the group who forms that institution. And the seniors or the executives who are present there, they should take harsh steps if required, to instill or to make them understand that this is what you're doing wrong and this is how you have to correctly do it. Because
Mhm.
there are many things, even I see in my school, that people are using foul language, and also they are fighting with others, not in the school, but they say that they pick up a fight in school and then they fight outside. So sometimes this kind of things happen, and the executives, the like teachers who are present there, they have to handle the situation,
Mhm.
and they can instill these kind of important values by uh, teaching from the starting, like teaching them about the importance of this and what it will help us, how it will help us in future.
What do you mean by
And
starting? When you say they should teach us from starting, means what?
in the start from the starting, I mean like from the initial phase, like from KG or first or second grade, because at that time the children are not aware, they will just do whatever they see in their environment. And also in the stage, at the stage when they are, like they are going in a senior wing from 7 to 8 or 9, at that time the teacher should be strict, because I have noticed that at that time it is the peak level where students, they try to become some, like they try to be that, now I'm a senior and I can do anything.
Hmm.
So at that stage the teacher should be strict and take steps that will help them help them to maintain their values, and it will not degrade their behavior as well as their values.
Okay, wow, fantastic, very nice. Have you ever had to compromise on your principles in any situation or in any life, in your life? Any situation where you had to compromise on the value, or you know something like that, on your
Yes.
principles.
So I don't clearly remember, but I there was a situation that where I had to agree to disagree. But it is not my principle or my value that I have to agree with something which is not correct. But when the person in front of us is not ready to understand or to listen us either, so at that time we have to I had to stay quiet. And even if wanted to state my point, I was not able, just because the person in front of me, it was not they was not able to understand, or they did not want to listen to my opinion. At that
Okay,
time I felt that I had to compromise, but sometimes I also feel like we should stay quiet whenever it is required.
okay, all right. Do you think people who have uh, absolutely opposite upbringings and values, do you think these two kind of people can be friends?
I think that they can be friends, because being friends, it doesn't mean that they need to have same upbringing or the same principles and the values. Because what I feel that makes them friend is their bonding, is their relation, like how they behave with each other and how they trust each other. But some core values like honesty
Hmm.
and loyalty, like they should not back which our back which our personality, or any talk to anyone about any person bad. So th- anyone can become friends, but there are some core values that are important.
Okay. So you feel even those two people have completely different values, they can still be together. They can still
Yes, sir.
have.
Yes.
All right. Nice. I would like to speak about something else, Anushka, now. Okay. I've noticed that you're speaking quite well on this topic. So I would want you to sort of give me a speech. Okay. A
Okay.
speech on the topic. I'm giving you the topic. D- uh, are you aware that recently there was a statement made by our Prime Minister on not to use petrol, not to buy gold? Are you aware of
Yes, sir.
this?
Yes, sir.
So I would like you to give me a speech on what do you think about this statement that was made. Do you think it's a indication or a warning of something that is going to happen in the future, or do you think it was a generic statement made that we should just try and conserve resources like petrol and stuff like that? What is your point of view on this? What is your take on this?
Okay. So I have heard about this statement made by our Prime Minister, that we should not buy golds and try to do carpooling
Correct.
to conserve petrol,
Hmm.
because of the ongoing war
Okay.
between the South Asian countries and Southeast Asian countries. It is because first of all, we should know how to conserve the resources which are not available in our country. Because what happens is that when the Prime Minister talked about gold, and when we talk about gold, the gold prices are rising day by day, and this is just because of the war. And when he urged us not to buy gold, it was because the government, it bears the losses. It has to bear the losses because of the import and export of the gold. It takes too much of money, and the price which is going up of the gold, it may not match the actual price. So the government it may bear loss. So the reason I think that it could be this. And the
Hmm.
other one is that because the country, they are going through a hard time, like they're going through a war, so that he wanted to make them feel that they are not pressurized to export and import. And also, if I talk about fuels, there is a Strait of Hormuz through which these petrols are transported to our country from the
Not
South
petrol.
Asian.
You can just say petrol.
Petrol, it is transported from there. So there is a limited time, or limited some, they have limited the amount of ship that will cross that strait. So that is why he wants us to conserve this, so that the person who really needs these resources can also use this. And it should also be followed every day by persons, that they are carpooling, they are conserving resources, because they are non-renewable resources, and it takes a lot of time to bring them back, or to form a new resource of that thing. So when what happens is that even if if no war is going on, and there should be a conservation of these resources. So this is my thought because I am not too much into these kind of things, but this is what I got to know through many things, like through many
Through
discussions.
okay, okay, through sources which you follow.
Yes.
Okay, okay, all right. Anushka, what is your ambition? What do you want to become when you grow up?
My ambition is what I have in my mind is that either become a lawyer or a teacher in English for English subject.
Okay, fantastic. As far as being a teacher is concerned, I think you're on the right track. You're doing the right things. Okay, let's speak a little bit about being a lawyer. Okay, it's a very interesting career choice that you have. Okay, so what is your view about the law system in our country? What do you think needs to be changed?
Well, I think many things need to be changed because, to be honest, there is a lot of corruption in our society,
Mhm.
and we every day talk about this, like the police officers are being bribed for
Mm,
hushing up the matter, or
mm,
there are many political and permanent executives, they try to quiet down the issue by taking the money from others by being bribed.
mm.
So this is a type of corruption this there in the society, and the law needs to change this. It is an incident when I was visiting a place. So I was going means I was going through a car, with the help of a car with
I
my
was going
family,
by a car. You can say I was
by
going
a
by a
car with my family, and we chose the road which was shown on Google Maps. And at that road was under construction, or maybe it was not allowed to go through that road. But there was no sign that no entry or any kind of thing, no banner that you are not allowed to enter this road from this
okay,
particular curb.
okay,
And the police, they were standing, but in the inside, like at the middle of the road or a little bit far from that curve, so that the car enters and the car or the vehicle enters, and they fine challan on that. So
oh,
this is an incident which happened with me, and I felt that there is something that needs to be changed. And also at that time when we said that you should stand a little ahead, that the person gets to know that we should not take a turn from here, and we should take another route. So they said that why don't you take the main route? But when we asked that this is the route which was shown to the Google map, as we were unfamiliar
ah,
with that road, so they
ah,
said that that's not our problem. So at
mm,
that time I felt like our system is really corrupted. They just want to find challans on the vehicle, so they are standing here and no banner for this, that no entry from here. At that time I felt that yeah, there is corruption and law needs to be changed. And even if we file a case against these kind of situations, and there are many more, not only this, and
ah,
even if we file any case, there it will take a lot of time,
correct.
because what I have seen is that they only take cases, the court only take cases which are which provides them more benefits, either in terms of money or in any terms.
Uh-huh.
So this is one incident which happened with me, and there are many more incidents and many more things that needs to be changed in law. And other thing that comes to my mind is about education. There is a right to education for the children up to 14 years, but the children, they are not aware, they are involved in child labor just because they are not aware. If they would be aware and their parents would be aware, there would be no there would be no such situation of child labor.
Hmm.
So I feel that even if the law is made, there should be more awareness. Those who are educated, they only know about this law,
Ah,
so there
correct.
should be awareness about the laws made. And Other thing in education is that we have seen that NEET exam, it was leaked. The 12
Correct.
CBSE board checking, it was not done properly because it was through scanning or scanning system, like through computer. So there are many things that need to be changed, and the law is that uh, they are not they are not convincible for people. So I feel that there are
They're
many
not.
things, and
They're not what you said. Convincible.
yes sir.
Convincible.
Yes sir.
So there is no word as convincible. You can say it's not convincing enough.
It's not convincing enough, for the laws are not convincing enough.
Hmm.
So there are many laws that need to be changed, but as far as my opinion is concerned, I am still unaware about many areas, and this is what I came to my mind when you asked about this the question.
Good. Do you think if you become a lawyer, do you think you can play some kind of role to bring change some laws or maybe mm, you know make sure that whatever law is made that's actually implemented? Do you think if you become a lawyer, you get this uh, power or you get this what should I say, authority to do this? Do you feel?
Well, becoming a lawyer, it gives us the authority to represent a person who's either an innocent or a victim, innocent person, victim, or the criminal there.
Huh.
And when we talk about passing a law, after talking about its benefit, it's the parliament members who pass it.
That's
So,
true. No, my
yes,
question is like you mentioned an incident where you were fined, right? Incorrectly,
yes,
right? Do you think if you were a lawyer in that situation, suppose you were a lawyer, you have studied the law, you understood. Do you think
yes,
in that situation you could have had a proper argument with the whoever was present in the offices, because
yes,
now
sir.
you are quite aware of the law. So I'm speaking in terms with that. So if you were a qualified lawyer, do you think in that situation you could have had an argument with them and make them realize that what you've done is wrong?
Yes, sir. I'm sure that I would have definitely made them understand that you are doing the wrong thing. Because what I feel is that when we are a qualified person, like we have that stamp that we are a lawyer or we are a permanent or political executive like IAS officers. So at that time, the police officers, they also listen to us, the other executives, they also listen to us. But when there are common people, even though they are aware about the law, they will just brush them off that whatever you are saying is incorrect. As you mentioned that if I would be a lawyer at that time, of course I would have definitely made them understand that yeah, yes, you are doing the wrong thing, and you have to stand at the other side, so to make the people aware. And this is why I want to become a lawyer, that even if I am in a situation or if I'm seeing anyone in this kind of situation, so I can fight for their rights. Because
Correct.
many people are not aware what is right,
Exactly.
even
Exactly.
though they are doing the right thing, and
Correct.
the person in front of doing is the wrong thing. They will think that maybe I am wrong just because they are having that authority, the
Correct.
official authority.
Correct. True. You're very right. I think more than 50% of our population is not aware of what the law is, what are their rights. People are not aware of their own rights. So I think
Yes,
education, as you mentioned, is very important. People should know their rights and people should know the law. We have reached the end of the session, Anushka. I would want to give you your feedback. I think you're doing a fantastic job as far as speaking, expressing yourself is concerned, verbal and non-verbal communication as well. Okay, the way you sit, the way you look at the screen, eye contact, all these things are perfect. But as you mentioned that we can practice vocabulary, right? So next time when we meet, I will do a session dedicated especially for vocabulary, which will help you to use better vocabulary, which will make it easier for you to say what you're saying in a slightly more enhanced manner. Okay,
okay.
by including vocabulary, by the usage of vocabulary. So we will do that activity. Right now, I feel that is the only area where you are lacking. Apart from that, I think you are expressing yourself. You're speaking very well. A lot of clarity in your words. Good modulation. There is no mother tongue influence. Good accent. Everything else you're doing very well. You're giving me relevant answers. So everything you're doing very well, but you're very right. With inclusion of vocabulary, you can make it slightly more enhanced. You can
Yes.
express yourself in a slightly more eloquent manner, as they say, right? So we will work on that in the next session. Definitely, please remind me when we meet in the next session. We will do a vocabulary activity, okay, which will
Sure,
help
sir.
you to make your sentences more enhanced. So whatever you spoke today, if you would have used better vocabulary, maybe some idioms, better sentence structuring, it would have been slightly more enhanced. It would have been slightly
Yes.
more eloquent. Okay, so we will do that. Don't worry, right? I have one question for you. Anushka, do you remember who you had the session with the last time? Do you remember the name of the tutor?
Last time it was Abhishek, sir.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much. I just wanted to know that. Hmm? Good. It was a good session, Anushka. You spoke very well. Keep practicing, and whenever you're speaking, you yourself also try to include some vocabulary. Keep it at
Okay,
the
sir.
back of your mind that I need to use some vocabulary. Okay, so do that and keep practicing. You're on the right track. You're doing very well. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
All right, Anushka. You're most welcome. Take care. Have a good day ahead of you. I'll see you in the next session. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Have a nice evening.
Thank you. Bye bye.